Okay, so this is like Unit 4, Lesson 8, Part 1. Basically, I'm going to go over two problems. And as you can see both page 155 and 156 at the same time. It's only two problems, but it shows two different ways to attack that problem. And I'm going to leave it up to you which method you choose. I'll be okay with either one, but if it asks for an equation, I need to even see the steps that you're taking. So, and be cautioned, this time there is multiple steps. Yet today in class we did 2 steps where you had to do one thing and then you had to do another thing. Now you're going to have 3, possibly 4. So just make sure that you're doing things in the right order of operations so that you're getting the right answers. So let's look at number 1. Mr. Stills makes bags of school supplies for the 9 students in his class. He has 108 pencils and 72 erasers. He puts the same number of pencils and the same number of erasers into each bag. How many more pencils than erasers are in each bag of school supplies? Well, let's look at how Nicole attacked this problem. First, she wrote an equation for each step of the problem. So first she divided up the pencils because he has 9 students, and she divided those 100, she broke up that group of 108 pencils and she divided it evenly to all 9 students. So each student is going to get 12 pencils. Then Nicole did the same thing with the 72 erasers. So each student is going to get 8 erasers. Then she did a subtraction problem to find the difference. How many more? She subtracted 12 and 8, and she got 4. So there are 4 more pencils than erasers in each bag. This is the method that most of you are going to understand the most. It's just break down what it's asking, break it down one equation at a time. Now our friend David here, he kind of took a more, I don't know what the word is, kind of a more bigger chunk out. He wrote one whole equation for the whole thing, situation equation. And he let P equal how many more pencils than erasers are in each bag of school supplies. So he did 108 pencils divided by 9, take away. You have to kind of imagine that those are there. Then the number of erasers, which was 72, equals P. So he wrote one long, and then he just solved it. 108 divided by 9 is 12. 72 divided by 9 is 8. P equals 4. There are 4 more pencils. The only difference between Nicole and David is that David wrote an entire one whole equation with a variable. Nicole did 3 separate equations, one for each step of the problem. So we have another problem over here on page 156, and it's of the same nature, okay? We have 2 different ways. We're going to attack it 2 different ways so that you can choose which way you're going to do. If your mind is better with one step at a time rather than write a whole situation equation, I'm good with that. John is selling bags of popcorn for a school fundraiser. So far, John has sold 45 bags of popcorn for $5 each. His goal is to earn $300 for the school fundraiser. How many more bags of popcorn must he sell to reach his goal? Well, there's 3 separate things there that we need to find out. First, we need to find out how much money he's made so far. So we need to multiply 45 bags of popcorn times 5 because he sold 45 bags times $5. which is $225. Now, his goal is $300. We've already made $225. How do we find out how much money I have left to earn? I have to subtract it. So subtract to find how much money John has left to earn to reach his goal. So I'm going to subtract 225 from 300, and I get $75. Now, how do I know how many bags of popcorn I need to sell? Well, I know that each bag is $5. So I'm going to break that $75 left by my 5, and I'll find out how many bags of popcorn I need to sell. So that should be 15. So John must sell 15 more bags of popcorn to reach his goal. I'm going to do the same problem again. So if you need to hear it again, you can either rewind it for the 3 separate things or watch how I write a situation equation for this problem. So John's fundraiser goal amount, I'm just reading straight in here. I know that he wants to sell $300. The amount he's raised so far, this is 45 bags at $5 each. Then we need to divide this up in here by 5, and I get, so I know that 300 take away 45 times 5 is 225. I have to subtract 300 by 225. I get 75. I'm doing order of operations now. Now, here is my one equation right here. B is the number of bags. So he has 300. If I were to rewrite this for you, maybe you can see it without all the typing. 300 to take away 45 times 5 divided by 5 equals how many bags? So if I were doing order of operations in here, I have to do multiplication first to get the 225, then subtraction to get the 75, then divide by 5, which we said is 15. So he needs to sell 15 more bags. So this is pretty straightforward. You just need to figure out what you're looking for, what you need to do to move forward. Okay, so you're going to tackle Puzzled Penguin on your own. That's one of the ones I'm going to let you tackle on your own, because that one I think is a little easier for you because you're seeing what he did, and you'll hopefully be able to pick out what he did wrong. I will do 3 of these. I'll set them up. You'll give me the answers, and then the other 2 you will put into the Google form. So number 3 is Sarah bought some bags of beads. Each bag had 9 beads and cost $2. Sarah used the beads to make 18 necklaces, each with 25 beads. How much money did Sarah pay for the beads for all of the necklaces that she made? Oh, okay, well, each bag had 9 beads and cost $2. Sarah used the beads to make 18 necklaces, each with 25 beads. So first things first, we need to figure out how many beads she used. So we need to say 18 necklaces times 25 beads each. Okay? Then we can divide that number by 9, and that will tell us each bag. That will tell us how many bags. Then we'll multiply it by 2, and we will know how much money she paid for all of the beads on all of the necklaces. So your steps should look like this. 18 times 25. So that's 450. I'm going to divide 450 by 9, which is 50, and then 50 times $2 gives me $100. So how much did she spend? $100 for all of the necklaces that she made. That's a lot of steps. But you see, if you just break down what you need to know, you can get that. So I'm going to stop this video right here. And then the next video will take on the next 4 problems for you. And then that one should be half the amount of time. So if you want to stop right now and go and see the other movie, I will meet you there.